Lori.
And I'm Rick.
And here we go again.
Thanks for stopping by, guys, on our channel. Give us a subscribe, hit that notification bell, and like this video.
We are coming at you from Beech State Campground in beautiful Barbersville, West Virginia. It is a West Virginia state park and is very well maintained.
Yeah, it's freshly paved. What was our...
There's 275 campsites here that are blacktop and ready to go with a picnic table and a fire ring.
Boom. But thanks for stopping by our channel. Give us a like, subscribe to our channel, but we're getting ready to jump in the Jeep and give you a tour of Beech State Park in West Virginia. Thanks.
Hey guys, we're back. We just got in the Jeep and we are about ready to head out on our Beech Fork excursion.
Hey guys, Beech State Park is about 10 to 15 miles from Interstate 64, which is pretty easy to get to. I mean,
the roads are a little tight in
some
spots.
The roads can be tight, but I mean, if you're camping and you're pulling your travel trailer, you got your motorhome, it's easy to maneuver, I think, for an experienced or inexperienced driver as well.
I would say inexperienced. We've had issues on the road coming against the school bus, coming face to face with the school bus, but on the most part, people are expecting campers to be coming out those roads. So, you know, the majority of people will scooch over a little bit and let you by because they are just 2-lane roads once you get off the interstate.
Yeah, but this is a state park. It's very well maintained. It's over, I think the entire state park is over 3,000 acres. It does have a beautiful lake, as you can see here in the picture. Not really sure how many acres the lake is. Do you?
It's 720-acre lake with 31 miles of shoreline.
Wow. It's a beautiful lake to kayak and fish in. We do a lot of kayaking and fishing if we camp here, which we love. I mean, as you could tell, the scenery here is just beautiful. It's a beautiful getting up in the mornings and seeing the lake. There are some very, very good campsites here which are next to the lake.
These right now that you're seeing are the ones that we're at right now, and these are the full hookup, the electric, water, and sewer. So they're a little bit tighter. They're more cramped in than what the other lots are that we'll be showing you. Yeah, the kids love to take the kayak out, go underneath the bridges. They actually have, which is a big draw for Beech Fork, is they have what's called the Blue Heron Festival in October of every year. So what corresponds with that is a Halloween trick-or-treating as well. So maybe you can catch up with us on that one day.
Yeah. But this park, I mean, as you can tell, they're doing some constructions and have just redid their roads. Roads are wide. Recently blacktop, so it's very very nice to drive around, and
the kids have a great time on their bicycles. And if you have the lazy kids like our kids try to be, automatic scooters, hoverboards, things of that nature, very smooth sailing with those. They don't have to worry about hitting all the rocks and bumps.
Yeah, and I had mentioned earlier that we're about 10 to 15 miles from the Interstate 64, but we're also about, I guess, about the same distance from Huntington, West Virginia, probably about 25 miles from the state of Kentucky, 25 miles from Ohio. It's kind of the tri-state area, and it's very, if you live in Kentucky, Ohio, or wherever, or if you're passing through on Interstate 64, it really is a beautiful place. I mean, this is a campground that I would want to stay at for more than a couple of nights if I was passing through.
Well, definitely, especially if you're going to travel the 2-lane road. You want to stay out here. A lot of people use this campground because there's soccer tournaments in Barbersville during the year, so they use this to just kind of stay and take in the week. And there's lots of stuff to do, especially if you're a hiker, hiking, biking, geocaching, which the kids absolutely loved when they geocached with their uncle and cousins. There's also a swimming pool. The only downside about the swimming pool is that it doesn't get put into your total cost per night. Actually, it's an additional cost, and that's because the state owns it.
Yeah, there is an additional cost there. If you're staying at the campground, you do have to pay extra to go to the swimming pool. And then their swimming pool is really nice. I mean, it is really nice. Huge. I mean, it's probably one of the biggest swimming pools that I have seen at a campground or a state park.
Most definitely. It has a little snack bar, a kiddie pool area. Well, it's not a kiddie pool. It's like a wading pool. Yeah. It's not really a pool, but diving board, which is pretty cool. You don't see a lot of diving boards in the swimming pools at campgrounds. But
their marina here, you can rent pontoon boats.
Paddle boats.
You can rent paddle boats, kayaks. They have any water activity that you would want to participate in for rent.
Fishing and boating.
The one bad thing about that I don't like about the state parks in West Virginia, they went to the online reservations.
Yes.
So you may want to check it out and see it on their website, which there'll be a link in the description. But you can have to check it out and make your reservations online. A lot of parks are going to this. It's something new for us to get used to.
Especially now, because I was so used to just popping in, grabbing a lot, and saying we're going to be here for a week.
Yeah.
And you can't do that now, because if you go and you say, okay, I want this lot, okay, that's fine. It's open for 3 days, but you're going to have to move after the third day to another one because we've already promised it to someone else online.
Yeah.
So that's a downside.
Yeah, and the state parks in West Virginia are going to, I guess, what a lot of the bigger and most campgrounds that we have stayed at, where you have to reserve online and go through that. It's just something for us to get used to, because, I mean, as you're traveling, I mean, it's nice to be able to pop into a place and stay for 3 or 4 days, but without having to worry about reservations. But like I say, it's just something for us to get used to, but just pay particular attention to that.
They have a total of 275 campsites. It's actually broken into 4 different areas. You're right now seeing the second one. The first area was Old Orchard, which is full hookup. This is Moxley Branch, and it is electric and water now. No sewer hookups here.
No, but you just seen a bathhouse. One good thing about this campground, there are bathhouses all throughout the campground. And if you, I mean, I've seen online where, you know, some of the campsites could be, you know, 800 feet or whatever from a bathhouse. It sounds a lot, pretty far away, but, you know, in driving around here, I mean, it's not that far.
No, it's a good little, I mean, it's a good bike ride. You take a bike ride. I used to bike around the bathhouses, and I'd always get my mom to tell me, you better watch out in case someone's coming outside that door. You're going to run them over. But it was fun because they had just a little bit of a hill that went up and down. Anyways, I digress. But the best thing about this, out of the 275 campsites, there are over 80 campsites that have lakefront views. They all have the paved parking pads. They all have the grills, and the grills attached to the fire rings.
And picnic tables.
I don't know why we are so onto that picnic table thing.
They're important.
They're important. Wi-Fi is also available in the park, and it is free.
Yes. There is a general store at the front of the campground.
Basic grocery needs.
Yeah, it's basic. But, you know, they do have ice cream if you want ice cream that the kids were addicted to. But this is a fantastic state park. We love it. I mean, we always have a great time when we're staying here. But then again, we always have a great time anytime we're camping, which is one reason why we love it.
That's true.
Yes.
That's true. Another thing about the campground, if you have children, I think it's 15 and under. Is it 15 or 14? I can't
remember.
There's a cutoff. They have to have helmets on when they ride their bikes. They can, if they're caught without their helmets, the ranger will tell them to get one, or else they are not able to ride their bikes anymore. They sell helmets at the store, so that's always a good side. Is if you forgot to bring yours, you can always buy one.
Yeah, there are a lot of things to do in this area. Like I said, Huntington is just a few miles away, 10, 15. Ohio, Kentucky, Marshall University's nearby.
So if you come in for a game,
football game or whatever, you could stay at the campground. You could drive into Huntington. Also, Heritage Farm is a pretty fun activity for our kids. If you would like to go, and if you're just interested in history, you can go check it out as well. I mean, so there is some other activities away from the lake and away from a campground if you're into those things, but when we camp here, we usually like to just
do
stay.
The hiking, the fishing, the biking, the swimming.
We go there to get out and enjoy nature, and especially the lake. The lake is the attraction and the fun part.
That road that we just passed actually leads up to a cemetery, a Booton cemetery, that you can go up and walk around. And I like to read the stone. I don't know, I'm kind of weird, but I like to read the cemetery stones and the plots and things to see, just history in the making. But here's another section of the campground. You saw how long in between the one to the other. This is another section called Four Coves. This is where I grew up pretty much. We always camped here.
And another thing that we did not mention is that there are wonderful playgrounds for the kids to, and as you could tell, there are a lot of kids that frequent the playgrounds and riding around on their bikes, which, if you're driving around and stuff, you got to pay particular attention to the kids cruising on their bikes, because, man, they're darting everywhere, just having a blast, which is fun to see. And our kids appreciate it because there's always somebody there to play with and go play.
Make friends.
Yeah, go ride a bike, go play football, pass a frisbee, do whatever. Just go out being a kid and having fun at the campground. Here's
one of the other bathhouses that has, I believe there's a laundry facility in this one.
I think so.
The other one in Four Coves, I do not think has one. There's one on each side. There's two sides to the Four Coves area, and there's a bathhouse on each side. Also, I know we had skimmed the reservations here, but the cool thing is if you do know you're wanting to come down, like I stated earlier for the Blue Heron Festival, they sell out quick.
Yeah.
We couldn't even get one this year because they had already sold out or I guess it's not really sold out, but they didn't have any spots available. They didn't have any spots available. Yeah. So, I mean, out of 275 spots, what was it, 2 months in advance, they had already booked them all. So if you're the person that wants to come see the Blue Heron Festival because they have different activities, I would advise up to a year in advance you can make reservations. So if you're a planner, reservations are your way to go. Yeah, and we're learning that out the hard way, is because we just like to, hey, let's go camping, let's go do this. But we're finding out that we need to make plans and try to plan out where we want to go and where we want to stay. But you can tell, I mean, the campsites here are a little bit more spread out. I mean, look, wow, there's what, 1, 2, like 4 or 5 cars at some of these campsites. Yeah. So you can tell there's a lot of room, and this is a big family campground that a lot of people in the area use to, just go get away for weekends or what. But guys, we really appreciate you stopping by our channel and checking this video out. Please like it if it's helpful to you. And also, please subscribe to our channel. Turn on all those notifications so you can get upcoming videos from us. We appreciate you watching, and stay tuned. Bye.
Bye.